Hey guys, Professor Bob here. I am touching base with you. I've been getting a lot of questions about the exam that's coming up next week and how to study for it. But before I do that, let me congratulate. There were only 10 individuals, 10 or 11 at the most, out of this class that got 10 points of extra credit because they watched the video announcement at the beginning of the week all the way through and email me back about what it takes to get a 20 out of 20 on your discussion board. Guys, I said at the very beginning of this class, it's very important to watch the announcements. This is 10 points of extra credit they got just for watching it through, okay? In addition to that, when you all start emailing me in the future about why you didn't get full credit, I want you to refer back to that announcement, okay? Because you guys have to stay tuned. If this will help you do better in the course if you watch the announcements. With that said, many of you have been emailing me about what's the best way to study for the test. First of all, remember the test will be next week on Thursday and Friday. You need to try and complete your assignment. I believe it's 6 on volcanoes or 7 on volcanoes by Wednesday so that you can take the exam on Thursday or Friday, July 20th or 21st. If you haven't made arrangements with your testing center, please do so, unless you're at the TCC testing center, and they'll be ready for you, okay? But if you're out of town, if you're taking it through ProctorU, make sure you've made your arrangements, okay? They're the only ones that can get you set up to take the exam. All right. With that being said, the exam is 50 questions worth 3 points each. It will be in mastering. So when you go to your testing center, don't try and link through you can link through Canvas, but click on the My Lab and Mastering and then click on Exam 1. Then you can take it. 50 questions worth 3 points each, 150 points. Okay? Some of the questions will be the exact same questions you got on your assignments. Okay? But I've also added in some that you haven't had so I can test you on it, okay? Many of you are like, am I going to put out a study guide? I'm not, because you know the format, you know you have mastering to study through. And that's what I was going to say. So I'm not going to give you an explicit study guide, but it's going to cover all the assignments that we've covered so far. Assignments 1 through the volcanoes, okay? Look on your web syllabus if you need having questions about that. What I will say is Mastering has a lot of study tools. If you go to Study Area, they have practice quizzes, they have all sorts of animations, all sorts of stuff. In addition to that, make sure you refer back to the notes that you took while you were reading your book for these certain chapters and the certain assignments. This again is why it's so important that you do your reading before you do your assignments each week. If you don't and you're just guessing at the questions, 1, you don't do as well on the assignments, and 2, you won't remember the material or know the material for the exam, okay? With that being said, remember, some of these are going to be the exact same questions, so study your old assignments. They're available for you. You can't change your grade with them, but you can review them. Look at the practice assignments and mastering. Look at your book. Do all of that, okay? You can also chat with a classmate through the discussion board app if you want to do that. But that's about all I have. Excuse me. So for right now, I hope you're just keeping up with the discussion boards. Again, congrats to you who got 10 points. For those of you who didn't, make sure you watch that announcement, okay? Because many of you are getting low scores on your discussion board and not knowing why. But anyway, hang in there. It's going to be awesome. Y'all are doing really good as a class so far, so don't sweat it right now, but you do need to put some effort into this exam, okay? If you have any questions, please contact me. Thanks. Good night.